Let me tell you something. We are healing wounds. We are healing wounds and things from our parents who were not able to heal these things. And they may be. Some of y'all, your parents may still be living. You may have parents that are still around who, weren't able to accomplish the things that they wanted to set out to do. Right? We understand consciously. We understand that life will deter you from your purpose. I seen this young lady make a video, and I don't know if it was here on TikTok, YouTube, or what platform I was on when I saw this. But this young lady said that society, or the programming of society, right, subculture, makes it difficult for people to operate in their authenticity. From a very young age, when you go to school, up until your adulthood, you are programmed to believe, do, and think how the people who project this programming, how they want you to think and move and what you should be doing. There are people who fall into the crevices or the traps or the gentle programming, right, of subculture. And it makes it hard for people to function outside of that. Because when you function outside of what subculture deems as the right way to do things, you become labeled as too difficult, because you're too difficult to control. You have your own mindset, you have your own way of doing things, and traditionally what happens is that it makes the person who is operating outside of subculture, it makes them start conforming in some way. It's a lot harder for them to be in tune, right, or to attune, right, or to, I want to use the word atone, but I don't know if would be using that word correctly in this sentence or the way that I'm saying it. But it makes it harder for people to basically function as their authentic self, their creative self, operate in the highest timeline of their authentic self, for them to be able to go through this transformation and kind of really live and operate in their truth. It also creates blockages in the heart space, right? Because you get used to being rejected, shunned, and just not able to meet genuine people or people who are your soul tribe, right? Because then you become leery and weary of being able to operate in relationships and be your genuine, authentic self. Because everybody don't like that. Everybody ain't trying to live, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't trying to live like that, which is completely fine, right? Well, we're not here to conform or convict anybody. But we are here to operate freely as our higher self and to be our most authentic and genuine self. But again, it will cause blockages in your heart space, because you start realizing that a lot of people that you meet and deal with, you have to use high discernment. I was speaking to a fellow entrepreneur, and I was telling her that, dog, I lost my train of thought. I was telling her that damn, I can't even remember, but about how sensitive I've become, about how self-aware I am, how being, I don't like using the word psychic, but I guess that's it. I'm extremely spiritually in tune at all times. You know what I'm saying? I've even had my niece tell me one time, you be on another planet, you be in another space. Yeah, I do be on another frequency. I really do. Because I'm extremely sensitive to people's bull crap and the stuff that people constantly project because they don't understand. People ain't trying to take the time to understand people. It's easy for a person to write you off, to label you as this. It's easy for people to do that. It's easy for people to misjudge you. It's easy for people to misunderstand you. That's easy. That's easy. It's easier to do that than for someone to say, you know what? In that moment, in that space, in that time, in that whatever you're operating in, I can resonate with that in some shape, form, or fashion. It doesn't have to be a direct link. It doesn't have to be right. Just like when you see tarot readers or people who can channel messages, when they start talking about the collective, you don't have to resonate to the T, right? It's energy. Feminine energy, masculine energy, it doesn't belong to a group, a sexed group of people. What I mean by that is when you look at the form and it says, what is your sex? Are you female? Are you male? You don't have to be, I can be a woman and I can be operating in masculine energy. If you understand what masculine energy produces, then you understand that you could be operating in masculine energy. If you understand what feminine energy produces or what it provides, right? Or what it reduces, you understand what that means. But people are too stuck in their ways of conformity, programming, subculture, how it's supposed to look, how it's supposed to be. It's old school things and certain traditions that just we don't sit in that space no more. 12:22 on the clock as I'm giving this message. 222 is about balance, harmony. I don't know why I said harmony. Harmony. It's about coming together. A lot of people are too afraid or too lazy to do the freaking work on themselves, the internal work. And even when you're doing the internal work, there's still going to be things that you're going to work through. There's still going to be things and challenges that you're going to find yourself having that are going to challenge you. You can avoid it all you want to. You can. It's not going to do you any good. But we're here to collectively uplift one another because we all have some part of us that we have avoided, whether it's because we don't have safe spaces to do that work, or we don't have anybody to challenge us to have us think outside the box. Or we look at our limitations and decide, that's too much. I can't go that deep. Some people like to say, oh, it's not that deep. You don't know what somebody's trigger is. You don't get to tell nobody how to... I don't want to say regulate or validate someone's emotions, but you don't get to tell someone how to deal with their emotions based off of how things make them feel. Like, I can't tell you, oh, you shouldn't feel that way. I don't get to tell you that. I don't. I can provide you with clarity to navigate those things. That I can do. I can give you clarity where there may be a misunderstanding if you're open to receiving that. But reception is a two-way street. Reception ain't I get to talk and you just listen. Nah. Communication and understanding doesn't work that way. In order to get the phone call, when the phone rings, you got to answer it. Hello? when the phone ring, in order for you to answer that, you have to, hello? Hello? Are you feeling me? Are you catching what I'm saying? In order for you to get you have to answer the call. You got to answer it. Because I could be calling you, but if you blocked, if you're blocking the phone call, you're not going to receive it. Eight of Swords. World card in the reverse. The highest frequency on this planet is love. And love can look like a multitude of things. Love can look like being patient with somebody. Hell, being patient with yourself. Giving grace. Choosing to want to find some understanding. Even if you don't fully choose to want to go down that path with someone, there's still some level of understanding there. Like, for me personally, I'm the type of person that I will look at a situation, even with somebody who's on the opposing side as me, and I still understand where you're coming from, even if I choose to not engage with it or venture down that road and navigate that space with you. But I can understand it. I can understand that maybe you have a misunderstanding of me. Because perception. A lot of people have limited perception. We have limited perception in so many different ways. That's the reason why people watch tarot readings. What does that person think about me? How do men view me? How do women view me? What does my family think about me? What do my friends think about me? Does this person love me? Why don't they love me? People are always looking for clarity, and people are always searching for answers. Why? Because they want to understand it. It's the highest form of love. I want to understand. I want to receive clarity. That's why people book readings. They want clarity. That's why people talk to God and then listen, because they want to understand. People are getting more in tune with themselves spiritually, or the Most High, and creating connections with spirit, source, God, so that they can understand, well, why the hell is this happening in my life? What does this mean? What does that mean? Why do I keep seeing this number? Why do I keep seeing this animal? I had a dream about this. What does that mean? People are looking for clarity. They want understanding. Because deep down inside, they want to be understood. When you create safe spaces for people to find clarity and understanding, that's the highest form of love, baby. That's a frequency that can't be touched. People will never forget how you made them feel. Never. People will never forget that. They may forgive you, but forgiveness is ultimately for the person who felt like they were misunderstood, who felt like they got done wrong. Why did that happen? People be like, oh, I thought I was operating in a space that was like this. I didn't understand that the way that you were taking what I was saying to you that made you feel like this. Some people don't have the ability to navigate things like that, so they ghost people. They manipulate people. They do selfish things. It's selfish gain, if you will. Some people are just, they don't dive deep. They don't dive deep. It's surface level. Why? Because if they had to dive a little bit deeper, they would realize, I got to do a little bit more work on myself. And saging, honey, ain't going to do anything. if you're not willing to do the work. That's why when you start your spiritual journey, people are like, oh, you got to do your shadow work. Because you have to understand things about you and the environments that you've been in and how it's conditioned you to be who you are right now. And you got to peel away those layers. You're going to learn and you're going to unlearn. But all of those experiences are going to, I want to use this word, I want to say consequently, but I wanted to say subsequently. And I don't know if I'm using that word correctly. But all of those experiences are going to create a long-lasting effect where you're going to realize, oh, all of this happened for this, for my greater good, because all of those things do happen for your greater good. Oh, I experienced that so that I can gain this. If I had not had that experience, then I wouldn't have been able to gain this. Had you not went to kindergarten, you would know you can't hit people, can't invade people's space. And when you go to first grade, you realize, okay, well, let me stay over here in my lane, because that's your lane over there. I can't just snatch the toy from you. That's not right. Had I not learned what 1 + 1 is, I would eventually, when I got to third grade, know how to multiply 1 × 1, 1 × 2, 1 times. Okay. Now that I'm in 5th grade, now I can take what I learned in 1st and 3rd grade. I can apply, okay, the fractions and okay, yeah. All of it works for the greater good. So when you keep going, the things that you learned way back then will help you where you are now. Everybody ain't, but everybody ain't moving like that, though. It's easy to walk through life with blinders on and be ignorant and entertain low vibrational toxic shit. That's easy. You know how shallow of a person you got to freaking me be, and so surface level that you find a person's difference in opinion from yours as annoying. Oh, I'm annoyed that you think differently. Oh, I'm bothered. It's not that deep. Everything has a meaning and a reasoning behind it. Just because it don't hit like that for you, don't mean it's not gonna hit like that for the next person or for me. Hello? Are you answering the call? Do you receive what I'm saying? Hello? Hello? People so blocked. Crown chakra, blocked. Third eye, blocked. Everybody got intuition. You know when a gut feeling or something don't feel right. But if you don't use your discernment, guess what? What good is your intuition? Hello? Are you receiving what I'm saying today? Some people, they'll catch it on the way home. Some people will catch it on the way home. On the way to wherever you're journeying to. You'll catch it. You'll catch it later. And everybody's not meant to receive things. Some people are literally here on this earth to walk around in their la la land. They can't go no deeper. Just zombies. Not realizing how everything is a frequency and it will affect you and it will affect your mindset. It will. If you listen to some songs enough, it will play in your head. And then you will find yourself in situations where the things that you're listening to and what's programming you is affecting your subconscious mind. And then you start moving and operating like that. Hello? Are you receiving what I'm saying? God. Some people just slow. Short bus shouty. I'm trying to tell you. And everybody's not meant to receive. They're not. And those are the people that you want to stay far away from. You know why? Because those are the type of people that would deceive you because they deceiving themselves. And this video was going to be a love reading, but I said nope. Spirit was like nope. My spirit was like nope. Truth. Clarity, judgment. The truth is in the present right now. The things that we are seeing, this shit is real. But we can also purge these things if you choose to. If you choose to answer the call. If you choose to be receptive, if you choose to change your perception. And it's hard to still love and move with grace when you're constantly being projected against. Because it is being projected against. Because at any time that you try to create an illusion and twist and manipulate what my reality is, or anybody's reality for that matter, especially a person who's a clear seer, and you choose to try to desensitize people and tell them it's not that deep, that's not my perception, it's not how I see it. And granted, you can have your reality, that's fine, but you don't get to finagle, manipulate, and make someone else believe something when a person who is a clear, truer, seer, hearer in the spirit, you don't get to manipulate them and think that you're going to walk off scot-free. It does not work that way. It does not work that way. You will not. You don't get to be a deceiver. You don't get to create chaos and confusion and create and project hurt and scrutiny, and do not think that you will not receive that punch in the gut back. Karma, the laws of the universe, laws of the land. You won't be able to do that. It does not work that way. Sorry to burst your bubble to those who do those things. You can perpetuate things like that, but I want people who do those things to truly understand that you are only creating a cycle for yourself to be trapped in. Well, while we are also in Mercury retrograde, so miscommunication and misunderstandings and misjudgments will happen. But it is up to us to choose to see the reality and the truth and be able to tell nonfiction from the bull. Hello. So, I'm going to end this video with saying, be open to receiving the call. Be open to receiving the truth. Be open to receiving what it is and what it ain't. Answer the call. Don't block it. Answer it. Sit with it. Reflect upon it. Go within. before you project a false illusion onto anyone else. That's all that I have. Love and light. Peace.